What's up, guys? We got a beautiful day on our hands. I just wanted to break down some of my ride or die targets for 2025. Let's start with the quarterbacks. We're looking at the early tier. The only one I'm willing to take really early is Lamar Jackson, coming off a real strong year. QB1 finish. Next closest guy was about 50 points behind him. So where he's getting taken right now, good value. The only guy I'd consider going early on. My mid guys, we're looking at Caleb, we're looking at Dak. For Caleb, I know it's probably controversial, but he's coming into just a beautiful scheme, a beautiful mind for a coach right now. And he has obviously that generational talent. Wasn't really able to get tapped into last year. They had so many factors for that, though. The coaching was terrible. The offensive line was in shambles. They've revamped the line. They are just surrounded by weapons there, and he should be thriving. I think that preseason game the other day, he was looking good on that drive. Hopefully he can get more and more comfortable. But Caleb is a guy to be targeting late in drafts. He has got really big upside. You could be looking at top 6, 7 finish, and you're getting him late. So another guy I'm looking at, obviously, like I said, is Dak. They add George Pickens. Dak notoriously bounces back after subpar years. He's looking at a really good situation. The run game isn't quite as good as it normally is. They may have to rely more in the air. So we'll see. But Dak's another guy you can get cheap, and he should be looking at a nice bounce back here. Running backs early, my guy, Chase Brown. We're going to load up on Chase Brown wherever we can get him. They cut Zach Moss. They've got really not a lot of depth behind him. I know they have Taj Brooks there, but he's unproven. Later round draft pick. He's solid, but I don't think he's going to cut into Chase Brown's role very much. I could see him basically having the 3-down role to himself for the most part. They'll spell him, but he can get goal line work. He can get receiving work. He is super versatile, and he is in one of the best offenses in the league. So you could take him over Achane if you want. I would feel pretty good about that. Don't mind it at all. Another guy I'm targeting, if I have a top 1-2 pick, looking at Bijan Robinson. Obviously, he finished 3 last year, but he is moving up. That offense is only getting better. You got Penix, and they're looking to make a step forward. So love Robinson. My mid-tier guys at running back, I'm going to be looking at Omarion Hampton. He has basically had training camp all to himself. Harris hasn't been practicing at all with that incident. So I really like Hampton to get going redraft, and especially in Dynasty, man. Get Hampton in Dynasty. I saw a run the other day. He was just, I think he went through 4 dudes. I know it was the preseason, but he's legit, man. Jim Harbaugh's going to love that dude. But another guy I'm targeting pretty late, around 6, 7 range there, is DeAndre Swift. Roshan has been missing some time in camp. I know Monangai is there, but I just feel like Ben Johnson knows Swift, and he's had plenty of good years. He's a proven running back. I know his metrics last year and everything last year was not where you want to see it, but again, same thing I'm talking about with Caleb. The line wasn't that great. The coaching staff and the scheme and all those things were really bad, so I feel like that was hindering him, and he could get back on track at this price point. Go ahead and fire him up, man. My late round running back targets, guys that I'm pretty much making sure I leave every single draft with. We're talking about J.K. Dobbins, Tank Bigsby, and Braylon Allen. Tank Bigsby is an early down bruiser. He had some of the best metrics in the league last year for running backs. I believe was yards after contact was third, top 5, somewhere like that in the league. So he was really nice. Dobbins, I know that he's injury prone. I guess that he's been banged up, but man, when he's on the field, he produces. His yards per carry. His touchdowns last year were, I believe, 9, and he had 1,000 total yards in 13 games. So don't sleep on that, man. Round 10, just go ahead and get J.K. Dobbins. He's such a good value. You really can't go wrong. Braylon Allen, all the talk is about him in that Monty role. So dude is a big man, and if he's getting that Monty role there, fire him up. So with receivers, I think it's pretty much been known that I am going to just stand up here and say Drake London is the guy you got to get. From ADP standpoint, just smash him. He's got an upgraded quarterback this year. He finished so strong with Penix last year in those last 2 or 3 games. He was just a target monster. They have Mooney, who's been missing time, and I feel like it's really going to be a big year for London and that offense in general. I think Penix gets them going. I think they make a really good run, win some games, and score a lot of points. So keep your eye on Atlanta. They're going to have some guys, and you're going to be wanting to see what they do. Another guy I'm targeting early for receivers is Nico Collins. On a per game basis last year, I know he missed time. I know he had those soft tissue injuries and things, but per game, he was as good as anybody. He's going to go out there and get you 100 yards. He is very capable of breaking a game wide open, dominating. He's got the upside to finish the year as the overall wide receiver, and he's going about that 11-12 turn, 10, 11, 12. But either way, he is really safe. If he stays on the field, he's going to be a guy that's going to win you your league. So love London, love Nico. Those mid guys, honestly, I feel like mid receivers are probably some of the best value that you're going to find drafting this year. Guys that I like are Pearsall, Jameson Williams, Calvin Ridley, and George Pickens. And for obvious reasons, I think Pearsall is looking at quite a bit on his plate right now. You got Jennings missing time with the combo contract and calf issue. So you got to worry about that. When's that going to get cleared up? He was getting targeted on, I believe, 30% of the passes out there the other day. I think he had 4 catches. He was getting peppered. So love him. I think him and Purdy are going to hit it off really nice. So love Pearsall. Where you can get him, he should easily finish over ADP. I don't even understand why he's still going in that around 7-8 range. But if he's there for you, get that man. He's going to win leagues this year. Ricky Pearsall, put it on the board. Jameson Williams, another guy. They've been talking him up all camp. He is just an unworldly athlete, somebody that you really rarely see. And his speed and acceleration are just are special, unmatched almost. And for a guy that's 6'2", to run, that's freakish. And he's been improving. He's running more routes. You can see in camp they have him expanding his route tree. Just been beating everybody. You see all the highlights. He had 1,000 yards last year. 8 touchdowns. He can take the jet sweeps, big playability. I think he takes even a little bit more off of Monroe's plate. I still think St. Brown finishes with a strong year, but I really like J-Mo to eat into that and really close the gap this year. That's what I'm feeling, close that gap. Cam Ward looks legit. Can we talk about him for just a minute here? He is slinging the rock. I know guys are dropping him, making it look bad and everything, but Ward looks nice, and I think Ridley is the guy who's going to benefit. He's the only guy there that's worth anything. They got some nice sleepers. You got Alec there, but where it stands right now, Ridley is really the only mouth to feed in that receiving room. So come away from drafts with Ridley. You're looking at George Pickens, who is wanting to get paid, and he is in the best situation that he's been in his entire career. So you definitely got to go ahead and get George Pickens. Him and Dak are already hooking up. Dak throws a mean deep ball. Pickens, you're going to be looking at one-on-one coverage with CD on the other side. He's in that X role where he just thrives, man. He might be top 3-5 X receiver talent in the whole entire league. So go ahead and get yourself George Pickens, man. He's phenomenal at that point. Late round, I'm looking at Shaheed. I'm looking at Pop Douglas. I'm looking at Troy Franklin. And I'm looking at Dante Thornton. Those guys are going super late, and I think all of them have really good upside. I know they're moving Shaheed around quite a bit the other day in that preseason game. He was playing inside, outside. 3 catches, I believe it wasn't anything crazy, 20-ish yards. But regardless, Shaheed is a really nice player, and they may be down some points, and they may have to throw the ball here in the second half of these games this year. So like Shaheed, Pop Douglas, strong slot guy. Troy Franklin, I already alluded to in my last video there. He is going off in camp, going off in the preseason. So love Troy Franklin, love Dante Thornton. Go get those guys, man. Cheap. And tight ends might be a hot take, but I love TJ Hockenson. He's my ride or die early tight end. JJ McCarthy loves throwing to tight ends. He was hooking up with tight ends at Michigan. Crazy, you wouldn't believe. So, and he's leaning on him in camp. I know he was throwing him balls in the red zone the other day, and just love Hockenson, man. He's so good, and now he's in a situation where I feel like he's healthy, and he could have a really strong year. People are sleeping on TJ Hockenson. I'll tell you that right now. And let's see, the mid-tier tight end. Look, guys, what are we doing with Evan Ingram? Why is Evan Ingram being ranked around tight end 9-10 in that range? Why are we sleeping on this man? He just got paid. He's obviously a very talented receiver, and he's coming into the Joker role for Sean Payton. You know what I mean? Why is he going so late? So let's get Evan Ingram on pretty much all of our teams. If you can get Ingram in that or around 7 range, just scoop him up. He's a phenomenal value, man. He had that 60-yard catch. He was just running by dudes. I think he's going to be such a valuable part of that offense. I wouldn't be shocked to see him lead them in quite a few areas. So love him this year, man. Go get yourself a little Evan Ingram, buddy. And my late round guy, my deep sleeper tight end, I'm looking at Ja'Tavion Sanders. He is a really nice receiving prospect when he was coming out of Texas. Last year, I know he had the injury, only had about 350 yards, but in camp, all signs kind of point to him having a bit of an expanded role, and there's a lot less competition. I know Tremble's been out, and he's pretty much been the guy soaking up a lot of the reps, so they can move him around. You can put him wherever you want. He's a very strong receiver. And the word on the street is the beat writers and everybody in Panthers camp, this man is catching balls and he looks different, and they're calling for a year 2 breakout. So I am definitely scooping up Ja'Tavion in the last couple of rounds of redrafts, and I am scooping him in the mid rounds of dynasty drafts too. Get that man on my team. I've been getting him all off season wherever I possibly can. So scoop that man up and hope that he pays off on a rainy day. So those are my guys, and I stick by that. Appreciate you guys, man. Have a beautiful day. Hope you guys go out and ride with me on these guys. We're going to have a hell of a good year, and I appreciate you. Peace.